Hello students, welcome to our lecture series in the course PH 8251 Material Science. We are going to continue our discussion in the Unit 1 phase diagram, and today's topic is binary eutectic phase diagram. We all know that the knowledge of understanding the phase diagram is important to the engineering related to design and control of heat treatment process. Some properties of materials are functions of their microstructures and their thermal histories. Hence, the understanding of phase diagram for alloy system is very important because of their strong correlation between microstructure and mechanical properties. The development of microstructure of an alloy is related to the characteristics of its phase diagram, and also the phase diagrams provides valuable information about the melting point, casting, crystallization and other phenomena of materials. Under these circumstances, we are able to see so many phase diagrams of different alloy systems. In this category, in our syllabus, we came across different types of phase diagrams. Today's lecture, we are going to discuss some of the key features of binary eutectic phase diagrams. Let us go into the topic. So, at the end of this lecture, you should be able to explain the key features of eutectic type phase diagrams, and you should be able to demonstrate the microstructural appearances which happen upon cooling the material with taking one alloy system as an example. Before going into detail, let us see some basic points here. Binary phase diagrams. So a binary alloy is one that contains two components, and the binary phase diagrams are temperature composition plot of these binary alloys where pressure is constant. So in this binary phase diagram, depending on their different solubility level and different reactions or invariant reaction we are observing, we have so many systems of binary alloys. Under this category, some of them are listed here. They are isomorphous system or solid solution type, eutectic type, peritectic type, monotectic type, eutectoid type and peritectoid type. So we already discussed what are all these type of alloy systems based on their temperature behavior upon cooling or heating at different compositions. So now let us take one of such binary alloy system, the eutectic system, in detail. So in the diagram, you can see a phase diagram drawn for a eutectic system with temperature in y-axis and composition of two components present in the binary alloy system in x-axis. So this is a typical eutectic system. So what is eutectic system? An alloy system where two metals are completely soluble in liquid state but partially soluble or completely insoluble in solid state is called eutectic type. Here, difference in melting point of two components are very small. So one can easily understand this is a type of alloy system where you will have single phase at high temperature. Upon cooling, that will result two different solids. So similar kind of process will also happen when it is heated. So when two solids are kept in the alloy system at low temperature, when it is heated above certain temperature, the system will be completely converting into a single liquid phase. So we can have examples of lead tin alloy system, copper gold alloy system, bismuth cadmium alloy system, where we can see this kind of phase diagram. So let us take an example. So let us discuss more about this phase diagram for the system understanding of these phase diagrams. So as we discussed, this system consists of two different components. One is lead, another one is tin. So in the leftmost x-axis, it represents lead 100%, that is the pure lead, and rightmost x-axis represents tin, that pure tin, 100% tin here. So here the temperature are represented in degrees Celsius, and x-axis represents the percentage of tin in the total alloy system. For example, if you see 50%, that means 50% lead and 50% tin. If you see 70%, that means 70% of tin, 30% of lead. If you see 90, it represents 90% of tin and 10% of lead. So this is the compositional axis where we are representing the percentage of one component. Other component presence will be taken as default. So in the solid phase at low temperatures, the number of phases present is two. One is lead, that is represented by alpha phase. Next is tin, which is represented as beta phase. So when the system is taken to higher temperature, the alloys will combine to the components will combine together, and they will form alloy in the form of liquid. So here we have seen so many red lines which are represents the phase boundaries. The phase boundaries is nothing but this is the boundary line between the two different phases. If you take the green it is represented as liquidus at the top, that represents the boundary between the phase of complete liquid and the region where the combination of liquid and alpha phase present. So this is represented as, it can be taken as a liquidus 1. Similar way, in the right side, the boundary between liquid phase, complete liquid phase, and liquid and beta phase will be called as liquidus 2. Similar way, you can see solidus 1 between alpha and L plus alpha regions, and solidus 2 we can observe between beta and L plus beta phase, and solvus 1 we can observe between alpha solid phase and alpha plus beta solid phase region, and solvus 2 in the region between beta phase and alpha plus beta phase in the rightmost corner. Okay, so these are all the different phase boundaries we can observe in this eutectic phase diagram. Now let us move on to the very important characteristics of this eutectic system. So here we should consider the temperature at which we are observing the eutectic reaction. So the point E represented here, this is a single point where a liquid phase is suddenly transferred into two solid phase upon cooling. So at temperature 183 degrees Celsius, when we have the composition of 62% of tin and 32% of lead, where this point E is exactly meets where this eutectic reaction is happening. So this is the point called eutectic point, and the temperature at which this eutectic reaction is happening is eutectic temperature, and exactly at the single composition where 62% of tin and 38% of lead is present, which is considered as a eutectic composition of this alloy system, uh, and and uh, for this particular composition and temperature only, in a single point the liquid phase is transforming into two different solid phase. So if the composition is less than this or more than this particular composition, and if the temperature is higher than this temperature and lower than this temperature, you can able to see a single step transformation of liquid phase into solid phase, or solid phases into a single liquid phase at a instant. So if this composition is not maintained or the temperature is not maintained, the in other compositional values, the transformation process will happen will happen in a gradual way, not at a single value. So the temperature at which the transition process happening is called eutectic temperature, and the composition at which this transformation of liquid to solid phase is happening is called eutectic composition. So whenever we are observing this eutectic type of system, these 2 points should be observed. So at that particular point only we can able to see this eutectic type of reaction. So everyone should remember that the eutectic reaction is nothing but this is the type of reaction where a single liquid phase will be transformed into two different solid phase upon cooling below certain temperature. So when it is going to be happen vice versa when we heating also. When two solids are kept together, when it is temperature is raised above certain particular temperature, these two solids will melt and they will form a single immiscible liquid phase. This particular reaction is called eutectic reaction. So from this phase diagram we can what we are observed is what are the components present in the phase diagram, and what are the different phases present in the phase diagram, and where all these phase boundaries are connecting, and where these boundaries are differentiating different regions, and we have observed what are all the characteristic eutectic points such as eutectic temperature, then composition of liquid phase, and composition of solid phase, and both alpha and beta phase, and in the left extreme where this lines joining in the pure lead at 327 degrees Celsius, that represents the melting point of pure lead. In the right side where this curve meeting this y-axis at 232 degrees Celsius, that represents the melting point of tin. So from these two you can observe that the difference between the melting point of these two metals are not that much differed. And again, when the alloys, these two elements are mixing together, depending on the proportion of the mixer, the melting points of the alloy is getting changed with respect to the composition. If you see the line liquid S1 and liquid S2 represents where actually the melting point starts. If we go to the left extreme, as we see the increase of presence of tin in the alloy system, the melting point of the alloy keeps on reducing, and as we go into the right extreme, in the presence of lead will increases the melting point of the alloy system. So this is how we can see the variation of melting point of the resulting alloy depending on the presence of different element in a particular percentage. So these are all the information we can observe from this eutectic phase diagram. Here we are discussing the binary eutectic phase diagram of a lead and tin system. Now let us discuss what are all the microstructural changes that is going to be observed when these systems are made to cool from higher temperature to lower temperature at different compositional levels. Okay, now let us discuss the microstructural changes that is going to be happen in these type of alloy systems when they are cooled from high temperature to some low temperature levels. So now also we can observe what is the microstructural changes that is going to happen depending on the composition of the system. So we all know that the composition is nothing but what is the proportion of different element present in the system. So the proportion of the system also be a big point for deciding the microstructural appearance, and again the microstructural appearance is a big factor for deciding different or important mechanical property of the material. So we can consider this eutectic phase diagram for analyzing such microstructural change. For this I am going to take three different situations. One is the alloy system of eutectic composition, that is 62% of tin and 38% of lead, which is called as eutectic composition. And then I am going to move on to the right side. I am going to take a alloy of system which is having more than eutectic compositional value, that is I am going to have the tin composition more than 78%, and there you will have only 22% of lead present in the alloy system. And third, I am going to take another situation where the composition which is having lead percentage is high, that is I'm going to take the lead percentage 82 and tin percentage 16. So we are going to take three different points. The first point where you are considering the eutectic composition, that is represented by the drop line EF in the diagram. This is the composition where the presence of lead is 38%, tin is 62%. This is called eutectic composition. And second case, I am going to take a alloy with the tin is 78% and lead is 22%. So here the presence of tin is higher than the lead beyond the eutectic compositional values. And I am going to take the third case, which is represented as a CHI drop line in the diagram, where you are having more value of lead presence comparing to the eutectic composition, and we are going to observe what are all the microstructural change it is going to be happen. So I am reminding you the microstructural change or microstructural occurrence which is going to present in the system will decide the property of the resultant product. So now let us go on to the eutectic composition, which is represented by the EF drop line here. At the EF drop line, as we discussed, you are able to see a transformation from one phase to another phase is happening at a single point. At exactly 183 degrees Celsius, you are observing the transformation. So transformation is nothing but changing from one state to another state. So if you are observing the transformation during the drop line EF up to the temperature 183 degrees Celsius, the state of the system remains as single as liquid. When we reach the point 183 degrees Celsius, which is called as eutectic temperature, the system is suddenly transforming into two different solid phase which is aligned parallelly one after another. We are able to form a parallel structure here, and this one solid phase is parallel with another solid phase, and the whole system is converting into this layer structure and forms the solid phase. So this solid phase, what we are observing with the multiple layers of alpha and beta, that is lead and tin, is called eutectic mixture. So we can't able to see any of the appearances. This is represented at the point F. So when we take a point E, whole system is represent only the liquid. When we consider a temperature below 183 degrees Celsius, so you are able to see a microstructural appearance of this kind of compositional alloy with eutectic mixture microstructure. That is the parallel layer structure. But when we go into other compositional options, that is, I am going to take more tin than the lead. That is, I am going to go to the right side. I am going to take the drop line A, B, C, D there. So in this particular scenario, the composition system is 78% of tin, 22% of lead. So we can observe the microstructural change right from the bottom by reducing the temperature. Now let us consider the situation in this composition at the high temperature at point A. So at point A, we can observe only the liquid phase is present, that is represented in the diagram in the right extreme, and then as the temperature is reduced at the particular point B, we are reaching the point of liquidus where the boundary is separating the two regions, liquid and liquid plus beta phase. So at this particular point, the beta solid phase started to nucleate and started to grow. So as the temperature is reduced, when we reach the point C, we observe in the original liquid phase there is a appearance of some solid phase. So during this process, what we are observing, there is a formation of solid phase much before the eutectic point. So in the previous case, what we are observed, only the solid formed beyond the or on reaching the eutectic temperature, but in this particular case the solid phase is started to appear much before at temperature T2, and you can able to see the appearance of much bigger beta phase in addition to liquid phase. So as the temperature is reduced as a progress, now when we reach the temperature 183 degrees Celsius, the remaining liquid phase which is present in the system will be transforming into a eutectic structure. So reminding you, eutectic structure is nothing but it is a layered, alternate layered alpha and beta solid phases. So when we can able to observe this kind of microstructural appearance at the point D. So at the point D, you have both eutectic mixture structure, and then addition to that we are having pro-eutectic beta solid. So when this kind of alloys are solidified, apart from the layered structure of eutectic mixture, you will have the preformed beta phase present in the system. So you will have the grains in the resultant product, and this will affect the mechanical nature of the material. Since these beta materials, solid phases are created much before the eutectic point, this is called pro-eutectic beta. So you can able to see the appearance difference between the beta which is formed after the eutectic temperature and before the eutectic temperature. So if the beta and alpha is formed after the eutectic temperature, they will form like a plates and they arranged in a parallel way. But if the beta is formed before the eutectic temperature, that is called pro-eutectic beta, which is not going to be in a ordered way, it is going to be in random manner. They won't have any uniform structure. So this is the microstructural difference what we are observing comparing to a eutectic mixture alloy and the alloy system where we are having higher concentration of tin. Next we go to the left extreme, which is represented by the drop line CHI, and this is the compositional example where you are having higher concentration of lead. So previous case we have the higher concentration of tin comparing to the eutectic mixer composition. Now we are taking the example where we are having the higher concentration of lead comparing to the eutectic mixture example we are taken at the center. So in the left extreme at the drop line CHI, so point C represents the higher temperature than the eutectic point, and you are having another temperature reference at H, and then you are having the lower temperature reference at I. So as usual, when the alloy systems are taken at the high temperature, say around 320 degrees Celsius, the whole system is only in the liquid form. So that is what represented in the left extreme diagram. So once again I'm reminding you, for this particular analysis we are considered the lead composition of 82%, tin is only 18% present. So as the temperature is reduced before the eutectic point of temperature 183 degrees Celsius, if we taken the point at H, you could able to observe there is a presence of preformed alpha phases. So when the liquid phase alloy system is cooled below certain temperature value, when we reach the liquidus line, the alpha lead is started to form priorly and will grow in size up to the point of temperature 183 degrees Celsius. When this particular point H or any point above this eutectic temperature value 183 degrees Celsius, whatever the point you are considering, there will be the appearance of two phases, both alpha phase as well as liquid phase. So when the temperature is reduced, when the system is taken to much lower temperature than the eutectic temperature, what we will observe, the remaining liquid system present in the alloy two-phase system is completely converting into a eutectic mixture, where what we are calling the alpha and beta solids are arranged parallelly in a layered manner, and we can able to observe the lamellar structure. So in the end product, when we considering the point at I, you could able to observe, apart from the eutectic mixer appearance, you will have additional grain appearances of alpha. This alpha formed prior to the eutectic temperature will call pro-eutectic alpha. So this pro-eutectic alpha is formed much before the eutectic temperature, and this will be present in the alloy system even at the low temperature, and it can be distinctly separable in the microstructural analysis. So once again telling you, these compositional variations and compositional values definitely going to change the mechanical properties. The reason is the microstructural appearances or microstructural element which is started to create in this system will definitely get affected depending on the composition. So once you have only the eutectic composition, you can able to see there is a layered structure called eutectic mixture. When we have the composition of tin is in higher value than the eutectic mixture value, there is a pre-formation of tin. When we have a higher concentration of lead, we are observing there is a pre-formation of lead, and this pre-formed lead or tin will continue to grow in size as the temperature is decreasing, and at the lower temperature, even after all the liquid phase is converting into eutectic mixture, these lead or tin phases are present as a distinct microstructure or distinct phase in the system, and they will definitely affect the mechanical behavior of the material. So this is what we have to understand in this diagram. So what at the bottom line, what you have to understand, the compositional level or composition we are taking to form alloy system will have the effect on the resulting end product. So depending on the microstructural of the end product, the different properties of end product is going to be different. So if you want to have an example comparing to a eutectic mixer or eutectic compositional alloy, that pro-eutectic composition alloy or pre-eutectic compositional eutectic alloy will be having higher hardness due to their presence of this microstructure. So any composition you are taking, the composition which is less than the eutectic composition is considered to be hypo-eutectic system. Any compositional value you are taking higher than the eutectic compositional value, it will be called as a hyper-eutectic system. So this is how you can differentiate the different compositional systems of the alloy. So as an example, this hyper or hypo or eutectic systems are differ in their mechanical property due to their microstructural presence. So eutectic mixer of alloy will have higher malleability than the pro-eutectic or hyper-eutectic or hypo-eutectic alloy what we are taking in the composition. Now we are all come to the end of this session. So from our discussion today, you should be able to answer the following questions. So you should be able to answer what is binary system, and you should be able to explain what is called eutectic system and what is called eutectic reaction, and various phase diagram features what you are observed during the discussion. And you should be able to explain what is eutectic composition and eutectic temperature, and you should be able to explain various phases that exist in the phase diagram, and you have to explain what are microstructures and micro constituents means, and you should be able to explain microstructural changes that occurs during the cooling at various compositions, and you should be able to distinguish the various microstructural appearance at particular temperature at different compositions. So try to answer these questions. Thank you.